Mayday to everyone who is currently watching or will tune into Chet Chats today. Before we give our special shout outs, would like to send some sunshine back to the East Coast. They're suffering from a rainstorm currently right now while we are enjoying the nice sunshine. So sending all my love and all of my sunshine energy over to the East Coast. Off to you, Dad.
That's so nice of you, Sean. Good morning.
We can't all enjoy the sun all the
Yes,
time.
good morning. Before we get started, I'd like to say special shout out to Changing Lives at Home, JAlexJules.com, HefeHead.com, GreenVeteranDonationCenter.com, LACruiser.com, Knotted Together, Premier Tag and Title, and last but not least, Synergy, and for all the other people that continue to support us in our endeavors. Thank you very much. What's going on in your world, Sean?
I'm not as young as I used to be.
What?
Dad. I can't hang anymore. My bedtime is strictly 10:30. Strictly.
That's what I told some people last night. They like, Chet, what you looking at your clock? I said, I'm about to go to sleep on y'all.
Yeah.
It's bedtime. People might not think it because we out in LA, it's sunny, nice weather a lot of times. And yes, I try to go to bed early. I don't know about her all the time. So what's going on in your mind, babe?
Well, today is May 1st, so we are at the start of another new month.
Wow, already.
We are 5 months into 2019, so if that has not sunk in, everyone let that sink in for you. We're almost halfway through this new year, and it'll be 2020 before you know it, so continue to make sure you're hitting those, what are they, your New Year's resolutions, because you only have about half a year left to go.
Wow, that much time already.
Perspective, yes. So what's
on your mind?
Said, Dad,
yes.
Let's talk about new beginnings. We'll start with question one, because I
always have a question. You always have a question.
When do you think is a good time? When do you think it is a good time to start, a new chapter in life? We'll start there.
In who life? My life?
Just in general? In a general sense. Or you can do it specifically tailored to you.
Well, normally, I mean, it's so crazy that your segment led into it because of the fact that you said we're halfway through the year, and normally people make New Year's resolutions at the end of the year, and then they try to bring those new beginnings into a new year. Mm. I personally believe new beginnings should happen any given day. Because as a person, and me in particular, I'm always trying to evolve to be better. Mm-hmm. And with that being stated, that means that's almost like a new beginning every day. Yeah. In a sense. So for me, I try to continue to progress in a positive light. Don't get me wrong, I don't always get it on the first mark. But I do know when you say a new beginning, could you narrow that down some?
Well, what does new beginning mean?
Exactly, that's what I say. A new beginning means to start afresh.
Okay.
Is that a word? Look that up. Hey, Lee, thanks for joining in. Sure, yeah, fresh. Please feel free to comment on new beginnings. My daughter decided to pick new beginnings as a topic, and I think I personally begin over and over. Is a fresher word, because I make up a word. I don't want to make up a word because some of the sponsorships, they be acting a little crazy.
It's a cleaner, like a clothes cleaner.
Okay, well, I wasn't talking about a clothes cleaner, but anyway, I just think new beginnings are necessary, especially as you evolve as a person. How do you feel about new beginnings? Because you picked this topic. How do you feel about new beginnings? Do you think you beginning new? I think I got a second chance. I don't know if that would be considered a new beginning.
Yeah. Well, I think that every day is a chance to start something new. But when I hear new beginnings, I personally think of new chapters in life, like the closing of one point in someone's life and then the beginning of something completely different.
I do know a lot of, in my personal opinion, I do know some people and a lot of people that are nervous to start a new beginning because it's normally going into the unknown. And I don't believe you should be afraid to start a new beginning, especially when you have faith of God on your side.
Okay.
See, that's for me because everybody's belief system is not the same as mine. So, but on the same token, I don't think you should live in fear of trying to have a new beginning to start anew, in my opinion. Meaning, most people don't start something new out of fear a lot of times. Fear of failure, fear, not getting the adequate response that they want from it. And I don't believe, for me personally, I think as long as you try, you never fail. When you don't try, in my opinion, you're failing. That's just me. So I think out of, you have fear on one end of the spectrum, and then you have faith on the other end. And oftentimes when people trying to start something new, they get in the middle somewhat, unless they had the right support system behind them and so forth and so on. So I think it's imperative that you get a stronger faith system, even if it's in yourself.
Okay.
As a person, I'm not even going with the godly situation. I'm just going in general, have a stronger faith system in yourself that you can achieve new beginnings. And with that being stated, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. So sometimes my faith is not as strong as it should be when I'm trying to start a new beginning. So that's one of the things I feel that needs to happen. Don't be fearful of new beginnings. Embrace them.
I feel like it's very easy to say that type of thing, like not to have fear of something. So what are your recommendations for moving past that point?
The fear factor?
Yeah. Or the point of like doubt, that type of thing.
Well, for me, it's born outside for some odd reason. I think it was innate in me that I never had that issue. Again, I'm not a perfect young man, and I try to be a better young man. But I think one of the things you have to have some type of faith base, whether it's in yourself or in a higher being than you. I think you should have that as a starting point. I'm not saying that's the end point, but that is a starting point for me. And with that being stated, that way then you then get clarity of listening within your inner self to do a better situation. But so many people are hanging, in my opinion, with negative people, not even knowing it, that then they don't see their shine glowing. So when you present the idea, hey, I want to try this, most people have all the bad things that could possibly happen, never having all the positive good things that could possibly happen. So then some people then say, no, I'm not going to try that. Again, for me, failure is not trying.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I try to impose on you and your siblings, that if you don't try, you're failing. However, if you do decide to try, you're not failing. It just might reach the result that you're looking for. So that's one of the things I think you should be consistent. Consistency, and again, and they all go back to, like Lily and we all talk about, the mindset.
Yeah.
That's extremely important. And I think our show going to continue to talk about mindset, because until we're able to truly change our mindset into another direction, we're going to keep getting those same results in that other direction. And that's called insanity, in my opinion. Yeah. And so many people do it, and then when something new come along that potentially change your mindset into a better light, you kind of deny it because you can't see it, so it's not real.
Yeah.
But so many people do many things not seeing it, but they do it. So that's where it goes back then to faith for me. And I believe my faith is high enough to say, hey, I'm willing to take a chance on this particular situation, and hopefully it will it will get the benefit that I'm looking for out of it. But sometimes it doesn't do that. So how do you feel about are you trying new beginnings? Did you make a New Year's resolution? Because I don't do them. Do you do them?
Like a New Year's resolution, not necessarily. I think I have very broad type of like what people would call New Year's resolutions. But for me, I set daily goals. So I would I feel like because every day is a start to something new, I set the goals for that day. So then for me personally, it's more obtainable than saying, oh, I made this goal for the entire year. Now I have to stick with that one goal for this entire year. So for me, it's easier to break it down like daily versus monthly or yearly.
Okay, and how's your consistency with it?
It's
because
great.
That's a big thing, because people often understand that because consistency play a huge part in your new beginnings, because you either going to consistently do this or you're going to consistently do that. And for me, if it's that you don't like, then you need to do this, and you should not be afraid to doing it. You shouldn't be your fear factor should be at minimum so you can potentially achieve that new beginning. And people don't understand whether right or wrong or indifferent, whatever your consistency is, that's the outcome you're going to get with that particular subject matter, that particular situation, that particular understanding and whatnot.
I think it's easy though to say you can't be scared of something or you shouldn't have like reserves about something. I think it's always easier said than done. So for that, I just feel, I don't know. I just feel like that's so easy to be like, oh, well, don't be scared of X, Y, Z.
Right. And again, I agree. I don't disagree with you. However, you have to, in my opinion, to achieve something new, you have to be willing to go out in faith on it, in my opinion. And again, you might not even get the result that you're looking for. But to actually try and implement it, and then there's another thing, getting around the positive people with positive mindsets that can help you implement it, in my opinion. Because oftentimes when you're around negativity and you just having a great idea that you want to share with somebody, you then say, hey, it's not going to work because you're then surrounded by a lot of negative energy, but they might not see your vision. Or might not see your understanding. So then I say you should pray and then ask yourself to get around more positive, like-minded people. Not to say your idea is the best idea in the world, but it never come to light, in my opinion, if you continue to hang around negative people.
Yeah.
And then some people don't even know they're negative because it became part of their norm.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? They don't even know that they're spewing negative thoughts constantly to other people because they don't even understand themselves, in my opinion. It's this opinion, people. Please feel free to chime in.
All facts.
Yes. I'm about to say, don't say that, girl. So I don't know all the answers. I appreciate your commenting and so forth on the show and whatever input you have. Please feel free to do it because again, as we're gonna state throughout the podcast, we don't know everything, but we are trying to bring subject matter and dialogue to the masses so we can discuss and continue to grow in positive direction. Oh my goodness, look who joined back in. Wow. Hola, amigo.
Fell off the wagon for a brick.
Hey. So how do you, when you talk to your friends, do you talk to your friends about new beginnings? Hey, Teresa.
Do I talk to them about new beginnings?
Or do y'all share things, or do you find yourself hanging around with more negativity or more positive oriented people? And be honest.
Well,
and you ain't got to put nobody's name on blast.
Oh, no.
You ain't got to do that part.
I think because I know I have a very strong grounding of my spirit and who I am from the soul, that I don't allow negativity into my aurora of livings, like into my space. So I was just laughing slightly because I made a mid-year resolution to no longer have dialect or conversation with uneducated and ignorant people, to the extent that I will listen to what it is that they have to say, but I'm not going to waste my breath with trying to explain something to someone who is unwilling to hear those thoughts.
The other side.
Correct.
Right, because they got so...
Which is why I just thought it was just funny that you asked. But for my circle that I do surround myself with, like my very close people, we have group chats where we're always talking about things that we're trying to do, things that we're improving on, goals that we have set, whether they're really big or like will take time versus like daily goals. So I do have immediate people who, yes, we do share. We're on a like path. We're on the same type of journey together.
Okay. Shai said my confusion was about faith. Please elaborate because we're moving fast and whatnot. So definitely. So I like that because what I try to do, and again, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I always hang with the best people as it relates to what I'm trying to achieve. But what I do try to now get into a space where if they're more negative, right? And what I mean by that, if they're doing more complaining than resolving, I try not to be around them as much. And again, I can hear them out, I can listen to them, and they might have valid points on where they may be at in this particular journey of life. Sure. But on the same token, you have to be open, people. You have to be open for new ideas, new understandings, be willing to sacrifice some of your old beliefs for better and newer beliefs potentially. And again, I'm not saying that everything I spew out my mouth is a belief that you want to follow or adhere to. But on the same token, what I do try to speak more positive than negative. And if I am speaking on a negative situation, I try to have a resolve for that situation. And so that way, then that won't happen again to me.
Yeah.
You know, so and now as you continue to grow in your journey and your new beginnings, what new beginning are you trying now, or are you trying any, or are you still working on your old beginnings?
Well, so it's funny because this is an analogy that a caterpillar grows into a butterfly, and so when a butterfly tries to go back into their cocoon, it doesn't fit anymore because they've outgrown that cocoon.
Wow.
So for me, that's kind of how, if something is done, it's done. You can always revisit it and have that type of thing, but a lot of things, if it's in the past, I believe that they should be left in the past. Also, thank you for loving my mindset. I appreciate it. But so for me right now is, yes, I'm working on.
Yourself a little shot.
Well, I saw that one.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't like, anyway.
Yeah.
We
were just
talking. Yeah, so I just finished one of my first projects, so that was something new. It took me 8 months. I'm still in the midst of working on the final things, but yes, I have done something. So I feel like that is a new beginning.
Do y'all hear that, Sean and Abu? Sha has finished the project that she's working on, and I wish you well on that project. Do you care to share or no? Or you want to hold tight until this?
Well, I can.
So this is a new beginning.
This is a new beginning for me. I guess it's still on the same topic, but I studied in college dance and English. But I'd like to believe that I started writing a really long time ago when I got my first computer at 7. So I finally finished a work of writing my first novel that hopefully is in the make. Not hopefully, it is in the make.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say,
towards getting published. So be on the lookout for that. I don't have more details for y'all right now because, as they say in the industry, you got to keep your ideas to yourself sometimes, so no one takes them. And I'm a firm believer in that. So be on the lookout. It's coming definitely by the end of 2019. So new beginning starting at this point.
Wow. Thank you, Lisa, for all the love and support as well. And so often, right, for me, again, I'm always thinking I'm an innovator and trying new beginnings. And one of these new beginnings was to start a dialogue with the people, the masses, so we can potentially change our mindset, people. Please feel free to share any comments. Again, like I always want to state, I don't know all the answers. However, with a group of positive thinking people, I think we can get a lot of resolve. I don't think you should forget about your past. However, I think you should learn from your past. I think you should use it as a measuring tool to continue to grow from your past. And don't stay focused on your past, because your past will be your future if you think about that in terms of longevity. However, I think you can continue to learn from any missteps that you might have taken. And please, people, anybody that know me and don't know me, I have taken a lot of missteps in my life. However, I try to use all these steps as growing tools to continue to build a positive influence around myself and around the people that I care and love for, and continue to try to make a better society as a whole. Again, all my viewpoints aren't the best. My POV might be a different perspective from yours. However, I do know with a positive mindset, in my opinion, you can go a further and longer way with making positive change in communities, in your household, in your neighborhood, and even in the world on a global level. Because, matter of fact, we had people that watch our show overseas, and they comment to us, inboxes. So I'm very happy for that. However, if everybody not living as I call it, a happy lifestyle, I still have plenty of work to do. And that's why where it is, Journey to Economic Freedom and Empowerment is about the positivity of your mindset changing to better yourself first, because it all starts with self, then better your family and children, if you had those, in your lives, then better your community, and then so forth, your state, in your country, and so forth. So that's why it's imperative, people, that we make a positive impact on the minds that's around you. You never know who's watching you. You never know who's trying their new beginning by watching you. So it's important that you be conscious of that. And again, we are human. I don't think no person is without fault. I don't think. If you are, please chime in and let me know so then I can get your method and then I can tell others how to use your method in that. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think it's also important to know that opinions are just that. So the way you think is not going to be how the next person thinks, or the person previously, or the person after the next person. So just it's just to be it goes back to being mindful and coexisting. Like it goes back to everything that we generally talk about in previous episodes. To just understand that your thoughts and your views and how you are perceiving things is not the only way that it can be viewed or seen or perceived.
Wow. That's right.
I mean, we coexist. There are billions of people in this world.
It's over 7 billion.
It's just, like my opinion is not fact. Your opinion is not fact. So no one's opinion is fact. These are just how we value ourselves as people and how we value our thoughts, etc. So in order to, in my personal opinion, in order to progress and to propel the world into the direction that it wants to be in, we have to listen to each other.
Exactly. Wow, you a very educated young lady. You impressed me some days, and help had you with that for your mom. Wow. So, anything else? I mean, because we could go on and on about new beginnings and any other subject matter. Please, people, continue to share our messages. Please continue to inbox us, talk to us, so we can try to be a positive impact in this chat endeavor, as well as continue to share a lifestyle that we want to bring to the masses and whatnot. So any closing remarks for you?
Enjoy this May Day. It is the beginning of a new month, so if you do not start today, start later in the day with setting some new goals for yourself. And as always, just please continue to have dialogue, have open conversation with people. Maybe someone who you don't have the same viewpoints on, so you can start to understand their perspective and vice versa. And we will catch you guys next Wednesday.
Peace.